In the chaos following Hurricane Katrina, 5 police officers shoot and kill unarmed citizens on Danziger Bridge in New Orleans. 2 people were killed and 4 seriously wounded. The officers were convicted of civil rights violations and sentenced up to 65 years in prison. 8 years later, a federal judge throws out the guilty verdicts and orders a retrial, citing, quote, grotesque prosecutorial misconduct. Let's bring in our legal guys, Avery Friedman, a civil rights attorney and law professor, joining us from Chicago today, and Richard Herman, a New York criminal defense attorney and law professor, joining us from Las Vegas. All right, good to see both of you. Will there be a retrial? How difficult is it to kind of pick up the pieces and start all over again?
Well, emotionally, it's devastating, Fred. Can you imagine the families having to relive this scenario again? However, the Department of Justice will have the moment of truth here. Do they want to proceed again with another trial, or will they not have another trial? I don't know how it's going to play out, Fred, but the significance of this reversal by the judge on appeal is just amazing. It's so rare that something like this would ever happen, and it did. It's because of these win-at-all-cost prosecutors. You can't have that in our system. It's a direct violation of the Department of Justice rules and regulations to seek to taint a jury pool intentionally. And we see in these high-profile criminal cases where information is leaked to the press. Well, who do you think's leaking this, Fred? It's so wrong. And if you look at the conviction rates in federal courts throughout the United States, I think they begin at 90% conviction rates. It's so tough for a defense to begin with. And when you have rogue prosecutors like this who won't even put their names attached to it, but do it surreptitiously to specifically taint the jury pool, it's outrageous. And the judge made a really brave decision here. Wow. And Richard, you talked about it being, reopening a wound. In fact, the brother of one of the shooting victims says this decision reopens this terrible wound, not only for our family, but for our entire community.